French President Emmanuel Macron and the populist challenger Marine Le Pen will indeed face off in a high-stakes televised debate on television tonight. Millions of votes are, we gather, still up for grabs, with just days to go before polling opens for what is the final round of voting on Sunday. They have a first round, which is to decide who the two people are who will fight it off, but the polls remain tight. Who, one wonders, is going to win? Well, David Chazan joins me live now. Is Le Pen doing better than you anticipated?
Well, she's certainly doing better than anybody would have foreseen a few years ago, but just over the past few days, Emmanuel Macron seems to have increased his lead over her in the opinion polls. But, I mean, if you look at what she's done over the past few years, she's moderated her rhetoric, even her own image. She's toned down the more extreme stuff that was associated with her party's founder, her father, Jean-Marie Le Pen, who has several times been convicted of racist hate speech. And so she has managed, I think, to convince far more French people that she's a possible president and that her programme is less extreme than they thought previously. Nevertheless, as I say, Emmanuel Macron is still leading in the polls. The latest one says that he's likely to win by more than 56%. But tonight's debate could prove crucial. A similar debate between the same two candidates 5 years ago did mark something of a turning point. Marine Le Pen herself admitted that she performed very badly. She says she's far better prepared this time, while Emmanuel Macron is no longer the political newcomer. He's been in power for 5 years, and so she can attack his record.
Yeah. The other thing I find fascinating, David, and you know much more about it. I've never worked as a reporter in France. I've loved going there on many, many occasions. But that point you make about her playing down, as it were, the old racist anti-Islam mantra, but playing more to what the Gilets jaunes people want on the economy, prices and the rest of it. Macron, preoccupied perhaps by Ukraine, has left her an open goal on that. Do the French people believe the rebranding of Le Pen?
Well, I mean, a lot of them certainly do. She did very well in the first round vote. She had been campaigning for months, crisscrossing France, going to small towns and villages where she does have a lot of support, and she focused her whole campaign on the rising cost of living. Now, during that period, Emmanuel Macron said that he was too preoccupied with dealing with the crisis in Ukraine to really campaign. He entered the campaign at the very last minute. However, since the first round, he's been campaigning intensively, and he's been trying to rid himself of the image of what his critics call him, the president of the rich, the haughty, remote, rather arrogant president, cut off from the everyday concerns of ordinary people.
Final quick question, David, if I may, and you drew attention to it when you were chatting to my researchers. A paper from Paris University today saying that young folk, Islamic folk who don't wear masks, academically do better. Is that going to tempt Marine Le Pen to say, oh, hang on a minute, throw off the rebranding, let's go for the core vote again, all guns blazing?
No, I don't think it's going to make any difference. To be honest, that paper is actually quite old. It came out last August, and it's extremely controversial. No one's quite sure exactly how the research was conducted, and there may be many different reasons why Muslim girls are performing a lot better at schools these days than they did a few decades ago. Maybe their families are more integrated. Maybe more of them speak French at home. Maybe they feel that society's offering them more chance of getting a good job if they do well at school. But the hijab is a big issue. The Muslim headscarf is something that Marine Le Pen's been campaigning on wanting to ban. But she softened that. Just in the past few days, she said that she would only bring in the ban progressively. And this was after she did a walkabout and she was accosted by an elderly Muslim lady wearing a headscarf who told her, look, I'm French, I wear the headscarf, I'm a grandmother, and I've just started wearing it because I feel it suits my status as a grandmother. And by the way, my father fought for France and served in the French army for 15 years. Why do you want to deprive me of the right to wear this headscarf?
Yeah.
It's harmless. Marine Le Pen, a couple of days later, said that she wasn't insensitive to that argument, and that's when she sort of fudged it a little bit and softened her demand for a total ban on the Muslim headscarf.
David, enormously enlightening, and thank you very much indeed. We shall watch the debate with great interest tonight, and I hope that you and I have the chance to chat again. That's David Chazan, a Brit abroad, who really has his grip and grasp on what's happening in those French elections. Never forget, big debate on French television tonight, and the polling is on Sunday.